Hi guys, welcome to the Wrestling Retrospective. In this video, I'll be doing my predictions for NXT Heatwave. So first up, we have the NXT Tag Team Title match, where we have Nathan Fraser and Axiom defending against Chase University, with Andre Chase and Duke Hudson going after the championships. For me, I'm going to go with Chase U to get the championships here. I was so sure that the OC were going to take the titles from Fraser and Axiom, and I failed to get that one right. So I'm going against them again, not because I don't like them or anything, but there seems to be friction between those two. It feels like one of them may turn, or just they'll lose and then it'll cause some friction between the two and they might feud afterwards. Also, Chase U are fully deserving of a proper run with the Tag Team Championships. I know they've won them before, but it was a very short reign from what I can remember. So hopefully they go on like a decent run this time, and they may even do the three bird rule, where Riley Osborne and Ridge Holland, if he's in Chase U, can defend the titles on their behalf as well. And obviously Thea Hale being back into babyface is very good, and she can help them in a way, like motivation wise, keep the championships as well as win them. So yeah, for me, I think it makes the most sense now to put the titles on Chase University for them to become the new tag team champions. Following that, we have Kalani Jordan defending the Women's North American Championship against Sol Rucker in what is a very, very babyface match. I'm not very sure how this is going to work as like kind of it's not just like babyface on babyface. These are like the two main baby faces of the women's division. I'm not sure how this is actually going to work and like whether it will work, but for me, I'm going to go with Sol Rucker to get the win here. It's very NXT to take a championship, like especially an inaugural championship, off someone very quickly. I would have put bloody a lot of money on Sol Rucker winning this match originally at Battleground, but she didn't get the win, so I feel like they're going to put the win on her here, where she can kind of be more show more in the match. I know that she does a hell of a lot during the normal matches, but I feel like with it being pay-per-view or PLE, she'll put on a lot bigger, and kind of have that really good showing that we're waiting for, almost like a breakout performance, where she can then go on a big run with the NXT North American Championship and kind of make it into the championship it will hopefully become as a whole as a mid-card women's championship that we don't have on the main roster, because I feel like the North American Championship is kind of a way to see if a mid-card women's title works before they do it on the main roster up on Raw and SmackDown, maybe even getting rid of the tag titles. And I feel like Sol Rucker is a perfect person to kind of establish a championship rather than Kalani Jordan, unfortunately. Following that, we have the Men's North American Championship, where we have Obafemi defending against Wesley. And I can't help but feel like this may be the end of Obafemi's title reign, mainly because NXT and Shawn Michaels are so big on Wesley. They were the first time he was North American champion, and I feel like they're going to have him be the one to defeat the monstrous Obafemi in kind of like a David versus Goliath type match, which always works, and it always works really well in NXT when they do a big guy versus smaller guy. But for me, as much as I think Obafemi is a beast, and I feel like once he loses the North American title, there's no reason why he can't be going for the NXT Championship as a big strong heel against Trick Williams or whoever wins that Fatal 4-Way match. For me, I think that they're going to put the title on Wesley here to kind of continue the run he was on, because he was so over the first time he had it round that it only makes sense to kind of get that back and capitalise on it again, especially going into like the big parts of the summer around SummerSlam. So yeah, for me, I'm going to go Wesley to become the new North American champion. After that, we have Roxanne Perez defending the NXT Women's Championship against Lola Vice in a match that I think will actually be match of the night. It's a match I'm very much looking forward to and have the biggest investment in. I feel like this is the best time to put the championship on Lola Vice and kind of have Roxanne kind of, I don't know, fade out of NXT and maybe come up to the main roster. They teased it the Raw after WrestleMania when they had have a match on Raw, and I was surprised she didn't come up during the draft. But for me, I feel like Roxanne Perez has done all that she possibly can do in NXT, other than win the North American Championship, which she could do within the next, like, just under a year, if they're going to have her come up during the draft. But yeah, for me, Lola Vice is like massively over right now. She's arguably one of the better wrestlers on the roster itself, with Roxanne Perez and Sol Rucker and that. So for me, it just makes the most sense right now to capitalise on the popularity of Lola Vice and put the NXT Championship on, NXT Women's Championship on her now, because I feel like Roxanne Perez can quite easily come back from it, and Lola Vice can go on a pretty decent run with the championship. And finally, what I assume will be the main event, we have a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Championship, where we have Yvonne Evans taking on Ethan Page, taking on Shawn Spears against Trick Williams, in a match that I think will be very good and very high octane, action packed and all that stuff. But for me, it's a kind of tough decision, as the champion doesn't need to be pinned here, and I feel like Ethan Page is from Canada, and I know that Shawn Spears is from Canada, that they would have the title change here, and like Trick Williams can always win it back on a later date. So for me, I'm going to go with Shawn Spears to get the win here, kind of screwing over Ethan Page in a way. And I think for sure Dijon Evans is not winning, like for definite, but between Page, Williams and Spears, I'm not sure. But I'm going to go with Shawn Spears. I know it's a bit of a risk, especially with Ethan Page being so new, but I feel like that's the reason why he won't win. Trick Williams has been champion for a while now, since Stand and Deliver, so a good 4 to 5 months. I feel like him dropping it here, maybe trying to circle back to it like over the summer and then win it back in later in the year, would be a really good story for him. Though he's still massively over, so it wouldn't shock me if he kept the title as well. But I feel like Shawn Spears is very deserving of this kind of moment in Canada where he wins the NXT Championship and kind of gets that big singles win in WWE and like in AEW and that as well. He kind of career comes full circle with him winning a major championship in WWE. So yeah, for me, I'm going to go with a bit of a risk. I'm going to go with Shawn Spears to get the win. I feel like it's going to be a really good match, and it wouldn't shock me if Trick Williams kept it here as well. So there's my predictions for NXT Heatwave 2024. Do put down in the comments below what you think is going to happen, who you think is going to win, or any surprises going to show up. Just anything going to add up to. I don't know what the next pay-per-view after Heatwave is. I assume they do something at SummerSlam weekend, but I don't think they are. So yeah, just anything you think will happen after Heatwave that might lead to something bigger. But yeah, I'll ask you to like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.